Hello, everyone, and welcome to our lecture series on microeconomics. And I'm your instructor, Jamal Haither. Today, our focus will be on the market forces of supply. We already covered in our previous lecture the market force of demand. So, let's have a quick review regarding what we have learned in the market force of demand. So, just we're gonna go through a quick review. So what we call the movement along the curve, we know that demand is downward sloping. And what do we mean by movement along the curve? If there is a change in quantity demanded, sorry, this is D. If there is a change in quantity demanded and the reason is price, then we call that this is a movement and we do not have to make a new curve. It means we are on the same curve. If the price changes, quantity demanded changes from, for example, 2 to 4, and price decrease from 4 to 2, right? So it means we are just, previously we were here and now we are here, right? So we just move along the curve, right? And this was the example we did that. Here it is. If the price increased, so quantity decreased, so we just move from A to B, right? This is called the movement along the curve. Okay, then we talk about the shift means if we have to make entire new curve. Shift to the right mean there is increase in demand. Shift to the left mean there is decrease in the demand. So what causes shift? We discussed that there are 5 variables that cause the shift. One is consumer income, price of related goods, taste, expectations, and number of buyers. In consumer income, what we learned about that, there are 2 things: normal good and inferior good. But let's see about what do we mean by shift. And if this is the original curve, then increase in demand means shift to the right, and decrease in demand means shift to the left. Very nice. And then we talk about in consumer income, normal good. What do we mean by the normal good? If your income rises and the demand of the product that you are consuming also rises, we call that this is normal good. And we give the example of high quality cloths. And other examples we can have it, what, like 2-star or 3 stars restaurant. Your income rises, you prefer to go from a renowned restaurant to eat, so demand for that restaurant is a normal good. And what we discuss about normal good, if your income rises and you shift your demand to the right, we call that normal good, right? And what do we mean by inferior goods? Inferior goods, if your income rises and you start consuming less of that product, we call that inferior good. Very nice. And what do we mean by here in inferior good graphically? If your income rises and you start consuming less, it means shift to the left, right? Okay, so the other one was price of related goods. We discussed about that. In related goods there are 2 goods. One is called substitute, which means if the price of a product decreases, right, causes another quantity demanded for the other to decrease. We call that this is substitute. Let me just read that. When a fall in one price of the product reduces the demand for another product. If there was A and B product, or in an example we talk about Coke and Pepsi, if the price of cola decreases, it causes quantity demanded of Pepsi to decrease. So if you see that there are two products, Pepsi and Coca-Cola, so law of demand applies here as well. If the price of the cola decreases, the quantity of cola increases. Plus, price of the Pepsi is the same, but the customers that previously consuming Pepsi, now they shift their demand to the cola as well, right? So in that case, what happened? Pepsi will say that okay, our price is not changed, but our quantity demanded is going decreased, right? So it means if the price of one product decrease, it causes the demand for other product also decrease. We call this substitute. And then complementary, what do we mean by complementary? If the price of product A increased, it causes demand of the other product to decrease. We call this complementary. For example, gasoline and car, computer or software. Let's talk about computer and software. If the price of computer increases, what happened to the demand for software? Decrease. Why? Because people cannot afford computers, so they purchase less computers, and softwares are integral part where you have to purchase when you have the machine, computing machine, right? So their demand also decrease. So what is the law of demand says? If the price of computer increases, the quantity of quantity demanded for computer it decreases, causing, if the price of the software is still same, it causes the demand for the software decreases. The reason is that they are complement. Okay, let's have a example here. Just pause the video here and try to answer the question here. We have options. Try to solve it. Okay, so Ford Motor Company announces that it will offer 3,000 rebate on new Mustangs starting next month. As a result of this information, today's demand curve for Mustang, what happened? Shift to the right, shift to the left, shift either to right or left, it can never be the answer. Will not shift, rather demand curve for Mustang will shift to the right next month. So this is clearly the case of expectations, right? So you expect from the future, but you act now, right? So what is the answer here? D can never be the answer, so it means answer because it will say that next month. So expectation means you expect for the future, but you act now. So it says you will act next month. So this can never be the case. So C, D are eliminated. So again, I'm going to read that. So for Motor Company announces that it will offer 3,000 rebate on new Mustang starting next month. So next month the price is gonna decrease. So people will start, or consumer will start buying next month or this month. Of course, next month. So this month they pend their purchases or they forgo their purchases. So this month shift to the left. So your answer is B. Very nice. Our next example, just pause the video for 5 minutes and try to find out which one is the correct option. Just take 5 minutes and read it by yourself, and then we're gonna solve it together and match your answer. Okay, so let me read that one. Suppose you like to make from the scratch pies filled with banana creams and vanilla. So you are making pies, right? So you are making pies and you want to make pies filled with banana cream and vanilla, and you want to make pie, right? So the question says the price of banana increases. How would this price increase affect your demand for vanilla pudding? So it will be more costly for you to produce pies. Why? Because banana price increases. When banana price increase, the banana cream price will increase, and it will be more costly for you to make pies, so you will decrease the quantity, or your willingness or ability to make pies will decrease, which means your demand gonna decrease. So the question is what it has to do with vanilla pudding. Of course, pies are made of these two ingredients. These are called complements. So due to the banana increase, the quantity for vanilla decrease. So the best suited answer is A. Let's see that. Hooray! So this is the A, the correct answer. If your answer is A, you are in good shape.